we're gonna go take this to college football. I know this is an NFL podcast primarily. We talk about NFL stuff, but sometimes, like we say, there are certain stories that supersede that. And this story, like every single gambling or sports betting story that has come out recently within the past 3 years, should all be the biggest story. And this Brendan Sorsby story, if you don't know who Brendan Sorsby is, he was the previous quarterback at Cincinnati, and he was a $5 million transfer portal quarterback to go to Texas Tech. We're talking about somebody who's potentially a first round pick at quarterback who is supposed to be on a contending team. I get it. It's Texas Tech. But Texas Tech is funded by a capital investment capitalist super billionaire, and he's buying everybody. This team is supposed to be really good, and their quarterback might miss the season because he had to check into rehab because he's addicted to gambling, dog. This is crazy, and all of these networks are barely talking about it, right? So in this conversation, I want to split it up two ways, right? I want Rod the Wise to show up because I want to get to the humanity and just the conversation about gambling, addiction, and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna steer the conversation to the business side and the coverage side and why it's not being talked about the way it should be talked about, man. So Rod, man, the floor is yours, bro. Like, what is your read on this situation?
Well, Herbie, when I was looking up the details on this situation, the first thing that I wanted to find out was he is he actually a gambling addict, or was it one of those things to where they caught him putting in a couple tickets and he had to do some protocol? Because the problem with the
The
modern
latter, the
day,
latter,
huh?
the latter, the latter. It's the latter.
It's the
It's the
latter.
latter.
So he
It's the latter.
okay,
It's
okay.
the latter. Yeah,
So he needs a
it's the latter.
protocol.
He's doing the
That's what.
protocol because
Yeah.
what happened
So
was, and sorry, let me
go
add
ahead.
the
Go ahead.
context of the conversation. The
Yeah.
reason why all of this came out is because it came out that when he was at Indiana, as a freshman, he wasn't even in the game. He bet on Indiana to win a game. Now he didn't bet. It's not no throwing. He didn't throw no games or anything like that. He, as a player on the team, bet on his team to win a game
Redshirt
in
freshman, right?
red shirt freshman. That's so it is protocol because this happened in like 20. It happened 2 years ago, and it's just coming out. So it didn't bother him when he threw 45 touchdowns in Cincinnati last year, bro. He wasn't. It wasn't weighing on his mind last year. So
Right.
it's protocol. But sorry to cut you off. What you were saying?
No, you're good, brother. But yeah, when I first initially heard the story, I just wanted to make sure he wasn't being mislabeled. But even with that, Herbie, it just begs the question, especially when you consider the fact that we know the consequences that come as athletes who are betting, right? And here's the sad part. When we talk about the problems that are happening in the world and especially in this country, people are always talking about drug addiction and alcoholism and even things like sex addiction. People will bring up video games and people who have eating disorders. But dude, you could make the argument that gambling is the most dangerous addiction to have.
Yeah.
And here's the problem, though. Here's the problem that, and it happens so fast, Herbie. Because look, listen. I'm not here to preach to the choir because I'm a bit of a gambler myself. But there's a difference between someone with a gambling habit and someone who is a gambling addict, right?
Addict, yeah.
Because the addicts don't know. Like for me, for example, Herbie, I have a limit, man. I spend this amount of money. Once I piss it away, which is 90+% of the time, I'm good. That's just the honest to God truth.
Yeah.
I'm just having fun
Yeah.
with this shit. You understand what I'm saying? But Herbie, for some people, this is more than like for some people, this is a real problem. And consider this, it's become such an issue that 70+% of college males report
75.
just 75%. Literally every 3 out of 4 college males are betting. 25% are athletes already. So it's already infected the minds of many in society, and people got to understand something about gambling. Like, I went through a period of time where I was just reading and listening to gambling stories, and the things that y'all, the things that you hear. There are people who, how about I share a story? There was a story of a guy. First, first of all, before I share the story of a guy, this is how bad gambling addiction is. Some of the people who go gambling, They wear diapers to the
That's
machines,
that's
so they don't
insane.
have to get up.
That's insane. That's
That's
I
that's
wish you I
sickness.
wish you I wish I didn't have to hear that. I come on, man. You want to say you're not being serious,
Bro,
bro.
Herbie, if that's not even Herbie, if you're so fucked up that you would rather shit on yourself than actually get up and go to the bathroom to keep doing what you're doing, that's addiction.
That's
And it's
insane.
horrible. But one of the worst stories I heard, Herbie, was a story of a guy. This was from somebody who used to work at a casino. There was a guy that used to frequent a casino, and he would frequent it regularly, and then there came one night where he was just kind of just going hard. So the guy that was there, I think he was like one of the dealers. He was just like, "Damn, man, you're doing pretty good tonight, man." He's like, "When did you get all this money?" And the guy was just kind of being coy and being quiet. So pretty much the guy gambles away all his money. You know, he congratulates everybody, he shakes their hands, whatnot. Dude, the next morning they found out that the dude walked to the top of the building and jumped the fuck off.
Oh
He
my god.
gambled away all his money and killed himself. Herbie,
Yeah.
gambling addiction is not something to play with because at the end of the day, people put themselves in situations where you get paid on Thursday and you blow your
Yeah.
whole check Thursday night.
Thursday night. Yeah. Thursday
And you
night.
are left wondering, figure out how to pay your rent, how to pay your bills. People have to understand, man. If you are going to participate in the gambling, you have to understand you're not gonna win it all. And if you're someone who's susceptible to that kind of thing, you can't even mess with it. And for the athletes, Herbie, this is my problem with them. Y'all got so much to lose, dude. Texas Tech was giving you $6.5 million, kid.
Yeah, man.
They
Yeah.
were gonna give you $6.5 million, and you just weren't thinking about that. I feel bad because I put it on. I put tickets in too. I feel bad giving it to somebody for doing that, but you gotta understand your responsibilities. You gotta understand your opportunities. You gotta understand the bigger picture. And unfortunately for my boy Hornsby, he might not even be eligible to play.
Yeah.
All for
He's
a two $50 ticket,
they
man.
saying that he might have to enter the supplemental draft, right? Like that's where we're
I,
at,
I didn't
right?
even know they were still doing that.
Yeah,
Imagine.
they still do it. They still do it. Yeah, they still do the
Wow.
supplemental draft. So, and this is where it leads to the other part, right? Like, I can't even blame the kid. You know, and the reason why I can't blame the kid, or the reason why I can't blame 75% of the young males who are betting and the 25% of the athletes that are betting, is because all of these networks are in company in bed with these betting apps and betting corporations.
It's
If
everywhere.
I am watching ESPN all day and the next commercial is like, and here is our brought to you by DraftKings. I'll be like, all right, cool. It's cool. It's all right. Like, you, it's so funny when they have to talk about these betting scandals and then go to their sponsor, which are the betting apps, in the next sentence.
Right.
There's a
Right.
reason why this story, and anytime a lot of these stories don't get discussed the way they should, like they have to talk about them, so they do, but they never lead. How could this not lead Sports Center or First Take or Get Up yet this morning or the past 2 mornings? They're not in the A block. These are B block conversations, B block topics. These are massive conversations. This right here is patient zero of our worst fears. We have been waiting for this specific shoe to drop, which is who is the star quarterback who is going to get suspended for gambling. It happened.
We're here.
This is
We're
supposed to be
here.
breaking news. This is supposed to be roundabout coverage, top to bottom. But they can't do it.
This
They
is damn.
can't have these conversations because they're all in bed with these companies. They all took the money. This is a list, my dog, of all of the sport networks and who they are associated with.
Right.
ESPN partnered with PHIN Entertainment to create a dedicated ESPN Bet sportsbook. How can I blame Brendan? Fox Sports partners with major sportsbook for featuring promotions and odds from FanDuel, DraftKings, and BetMGM Grand. How can I blame Brendan? CBS Sports partners with industry leaders, Caesars, for provide integration for various sports betting apps. How can I blame Brendan? Turner Sports / Bleacher Report partners with DraftKings, NBC Sports partners with Point Bet, Sports Illustrated partner with 888 Holdings to launch a sports book. If you go on any of these websites, you see DraftKings on a ticker. If you go on any of these websites, you see FanDuel on the
FanDuel.
ticker.
Yep.
You are literally trained to go on these apps. They are training you subconsciously to use these apps. And then we want to blame the kids for using the apps.
You know what?
And I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying, like, that is the attitude towards this, dog.
What I wanted to say, Herbie, it kind of reminds me of the lawsuit that they were having against Meta for, the influence of, all the influences that people's kids have from social media and whatnot, and the addiction, the dopamine that it stirs up. And it's a damn shame, Herbie, because you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Yeah, for
They are
sure.
creating the problem that they're going to crucify you for. And it's a damn shame, bro, because this kid, and this is a kid that people were looking for. Like, come on, everybody wanted this. He was one of the best college football prospects. Like, Texas Tech could have been a team that could have won a national championship
Yeah,
this
for
season.
sure.
Right? But now, who knows what's going to happen?
Bro,
And I don't even know what happens with that money.
think about whenever you go on Hard Rock. Hard Rock has a dedicated team of engineers to make it and incentivize you to just stay on the app. It's colorful, it's bright. You click on something, you get big explosions, you get coins, and you get this and that, and you got stars and all. It is designed to keep you in that matrix. Of course, these kids are going to be in the matrix.
Yep.
It's everywhere. You are advertising it. You only advertising it so you could tell people to use it. You out here telling you, hey, I got a $250 sign up bonus fee, dog. Come get this.
Yep.
Crazy, like,
bro.
Shout out to Cap. You feel me? It is everywhere, literally, because it is. And now these kids are supposed to have discernment. Hey, this thing that all my friends are using, this thing that I'm seeing on TV all the time, this thing that I'm seeing on respected networks. This isn't on the UFC or some dirty underground or some underground website that's dirty or banned that you got to be on a different VPN just to go on. It is on your favorite channel. It is on your favorite podcast. There's not a single podcast I don't listen to that's not sponsored by FanDuel or DraftKings right now, dog. Not a single one.
Cap said the stadium is hard. Imagine Hard
Rock Stadium.
Imagine. You can't even say our stadium without thinking about gambling, man.
Yes, because exactly. I'm going to put it up there. It's Hard Rock Stadium. It wasn't always Hard Rock Stadium. It wasn't.
Yep.
It was Land Shark Stadium for a long time.
Yep.
It was Land Shark. It was a beer. It was the Warriors weren't at Crypto Arena. It's Crypto Arena now. Bro, I seen a StockX tag on the Detroit Pistons jersey like they're NASCAR jerseys, dog. You see the betting logo on the NBA court.
That shit's insane. And bro, you know what kills me too? They don't want the players to bet, but on betting commercials you'll see freaking LeBron and Steph Curry in these same commercials, and you're telling these guys not to. It's just such a sick, vile trap, man. I swear.
It's a trap, and it's like it's not like how it used to be. If somebody got popped, how we used to do it when we had to go on Bovada and we had to trade crypto and we had to go through all these back channels. You had to walk inside of a corner store and talk to Poppy, be like, Poppy, like if you're going through those lengths to bet, yeah, that's on you. If you're just downloading an app that your favorite channel is promoting, how is it on you? It's normalized.
And Herbie, it's gotten so bad that they even want to do loopholes, Herbie. Because look at the predictive markets, the Kalshis, where you can bet on just anything. Like they are just trying to capitalize on betting in every single possible form. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.